Am I the a-hole for not showing up to my sister's wedding and calling her ungrateful? My 29M sister Ashley, 27F, had her wedding yesterday, but I didn't attend it. 2 years or so ago, when she was going through medical depression and required treatment, I had helped her. She didn't have the money and I was the one who paid everything for her, etc. None of her friends had helped, and neither did any of our other relatives. Much later, when she had gotten out of her issues, I once urgently required some money. I asked her and she refused by saying she can't help and to not bother her about it again. I was shocked considering how much I had spent for her, and when she continued to refuse I asked her whether she had forgotten what I had done for her. Ashley asked me how I can say that I cured her when it was the medicines that worked, and that I wasn't the doctor. She said it was the medicines and the doctor that treated her and not me. I didn't argue. When the wedding date was fixed I told her that I am not coming. She was surprised and asked me why, and I told her that I have better things to do with my time than attending weddings of people like her. She got mad and asked me what my problem was, and that she wants everyone to be present. She asked me to not insult her. I told her that she herself had insulted me by brushing away everything I did for her, and that she's extremely ungrateful for not helping me with money when she could have. I told her I hadn't even asked her back the money I had spent on her, but she had no humanity at all. We had an argument and everyone asked me to forget about she said and to attend. But I didn't attend her wedding and I didn't even congratulate her. Am I the a-hole for making my husband either take our son's shitbox or the bus because I will not lend him my car? Our family does not have anything that requires a full-size truck. We don't haul anything, we don't camp, we do not own a trailer. We have zero reason to own a $100,000 truck. Other than my husband really wanted it. It was in our budget and he was adamant that it was what he wanted. We have 3 kids, our oldest is 17, our daughter is 15, and our awesome surprise baby is 2. Not planned but a joy to be sure. We never take the baby anywhere in the truck. My husband keeps it pristine. My son has a Jetta that he purchased with help from us and his grandparents. It is a reliable car but it is not in great shape. I have a Porsche Cayenne that is our family vehicle. The back seat has the usual stains from the baby. That's life. Well, my husband recently got a promotion and he has to go downtown twice a week now. He tried driving his truck but it won't fit in the parking garage at his office. He had to park a block away at a surface lot where hooligans and nerd owls might harm it. He asked me if he could use my car on the days he goes into work. I said that would not be a problem, he just had to put the car seat in the truck so I could drive with the baby. Nope. He wanted me to drive our son's car and chauffeur the older kids and not touch his truck. I declined his generous offer and told him my car was off limits because I needed it for myself. So now he has had to borrow our son's Jetta because his only other option is public transportation. He could afford to Uber in but he doesn't want to do that either. He says I'm being a jerk not letting him use my car but I think he's being unreasonable about his truck. Am I the a-hole for not telling my ex-wife I got married again? I 28M was married to my ex-wife for 2 years before we divorced because I realized I was gay. I had been out as bi from age 16 as I knew I liked men but also liked women. However, I realized when I was 24 that I didn't like women. So I told my wife I wanted a divorce but said I was happy to co-parent our 1-year-old. She agreed. We both lived in London until recently I moved to Switzerland to live with my now husband and we got married there. I didn't invite my ex as she had a new boyfriend who me and our little boy don't like and I knew he would definitely say something homophobic at the wedding. I have complete custody of our son as he wanted to live with me and my ex agreed. Now our son was at the wedding and looked so smart so I sent photos to my ex and she started messaging me and calling me telling me I am so rude for not inviting her or even telling her, and she wanted our son back with her. I said no and now all her family are messaging me saying I am an asshole and should have told her. I'd if I am or not. Note, the agreement about custody was in court and she knew at the time I had a fiancé so I'd what she was expecting to happen in the future. I am editing the post now to just give some information that some people might have needed. My son is 5 currently, he was 1 when we divorced. My son visits her all summer and some school breaks. Also in the UK they asked my son who he wanted to live with but that was only a little bit of the reason I got custody. Also I sent the photos with a message that said look how smart he looks at my wedding so I told her in the message. Am I the a-hole for failing to realize I wore a white blouse to a wedding? I was invited to my brother's wedding. Our relationship is okay. We don't talk much because we live in different parts of the world. The wedding was 2 weeks ago and I flew in a week beforehand. I was not in the bridal party or anything like that. I also don't really have a relationship with his wife. So there should be no bad blood between anyone. The dress code was fancy. It didn't say much more. The only thing it said was no indigo blue dresses or white dresses as well as no velvet red suits as those were the colors of the wedding party. I hate dresses. I have not worn one since I was 13. For fancy wear I only wear suits, pantsuits, one-piece etc. For my own wedding I wore a very nice white pantsuit. For this occasion, I chose a normal black suit, vest, and suit jacket. White blouse, black heels, slick hair, Some toned down makeup. No tie but a nice necklace. I looked good but in no way bridal or upstage Y. And to be honest, most men had the same outfit on. Sans heels. Which is why it never crossed my mind that I was doing something wrong. Till after the food everything was going well. I had noticed the bridal party bumping into me somewhat often. But shit hit the fan when I took off my vest because I had spilled something on it. Then the bride's family and friends started to be more hostile with me. Culminating in the bridesmaid dumping red wine on me. I was mad, but I pretended like it was a genuine mistake and didn't say anything. Since then, my brother has called me 3 times. Once to tell me that I really fucked up his wedding. The second to demand that I apologize. And the 3, which was like 4 minutes later, not even leaving me time to write his wife, telling me I am dead to him until I make this up to him. My husband and mother are bewildered by this. My father said I should have had more foresight seeing as I am a woman and wore white to a wedding. Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to not eat lunch at night? We're a one-income family. We have a 10-year-old baby who's under a year old. I don't/can't work due to health/chronic pain issues. My husband works full-time usually 35 to 40 hours a week. When I cook dinner, I make enough so my husband has leftovers to take to work the next day. He has the habit of eating what's supposed to be his lunch as a large nighttime snack before bed. We have plenty of stuff he can snack on or heat up that's not his lunch for the next day. Then he ends up eating out instead and he hates fast food so he spends $20, $25 on lunch each day he eats his lunch as a snack. This adds up and makes money tighter for us. I get it's his income but it's affecting the entire family. I've asked him to not eat his lunch as a snack but he says he loves my cooking and can't help it and I should feel complimented he enjoys it so much. I do appreciate he likes what I cook so much, but I also like knowing our bills will all be paid and we can afford gas, groceries, household supplies, and stuff for the kids without being in the red each week.